Now you say this is a captive hatch animal? It's fake. Fake! What's in my hand right now is actually a tree monitor. Let's get outside right here so you can see it more clearly. So this is a tree monitor. Tree monitor usually lives above the land because this is a arboreal animals, and a lot of people being mistaken this thing are captive bred animals. Actually, a lot of animals in the pet market is pretty much, a lot of them are wild caught. That is bad. A tree monitor usually in the market being unhealthy, they being stressed out, they being bruised like that, because this is a wild caught animal, and people right there really doesn't care about the existence of this animal in their ecosystem. So they are taking this and selling to the pet distributor so they can sell this for higher prices in other regions of the world. So if you happen to have this and the seller tells you this is a captive bred animals, you gotta think twice, right? Because most of the monitor, especially if it's originated from Indonesia, it's not a captive bred animal. It is a wild caught animal. Now wild caught animals, basically they got these animals from the wild, so basically it hatched from the wild. In the other hand, captive bred animal is an animal that hatch in a breeder's place, or in a situation that a breeder bred a pair of animals and the breeder got the offsprings. So that's the captive bred animal. I really encourage every people in this world to keep an animal from a captive bred one. But not all of the animals are captive bred, right? Some of them are just wild caught. The point of this video is to tell you, you should be cautious. You should be thankful. You should understand that not all of the seller is honest about their animals. Why wild caught is bad? The more it's been taken from the wild, the more the population's gonna be diminished, right? You know, the population in the area particular animals from will be decreasing, the population number. You don't want to see the animal disappear from the original habitat they're from, right? Sometimes wild caught animals isn't always bad, as if you're rescuing them from somebody. Like this thing, I know this thing's definitely a wild caught animal, but this guy is actually, I rescue him from somebody that don't want a crocodile skink animal, and I kept him in my facility with the other crocodile skink that I have, so this guy could continue to live. Sometimes we should rescue some of the animals from the wild because the animal itself is not as healthy. If we abandon it in the forest, the chances of that animal to live sometimes can be shorter, so we need to rescue in a better situation that we have now. How would you know if an animal is a wild caught or a captive bred one? First, you should take a look at the animal body, right? If the animal have a lot of bumps and scars and a lot of bruises all over the body, it means it could be wild caught. Second, big enough, or it's still small, it's still a baby like this. This thing is not wild caught, definitely not wild caught. This thing is captive bred, because you can see if a tortoise, this is an African spur-thighed tortoise, you can see a lot of black between the scute. It means it's not a wild caught. It means they grow rapidly. The wild caught ones will be a little bit thin. The line will be a little bit thin because they're growing a little bit longer because they eat grass without as much as nutrition that we can give them inside vegetables or pellets and stuff like that. For lizards, you might see lizards that very aggressive, not tame. A lizard that's very feisty. That might be a wild caught. If it's tamed, usually it's not wild caught. Definitely not. My camera just fall. And let's see the other animal that I got. So, like this guy. This guy is definitely not a wild caught because it's still a baby. Don't get me wrong. A baby animal could be wild caught, but the possibility is just lower because most of the wild caught animals are bigger. They usually go to the wild, they take it as much as possible and sell it to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler bring it to the stores, and the store market it so the people like us can buy these things. But you know, definitely this guy is not a wild caught. The last thing will be the parents. If you can see the parents of that animal by photos or by videos, like my dog or my bearded dragon that I've shown you before, like this guy, I personally know who is the breeder, and I've personally seen the father and the mother. So this guy is too. I've seen the father and the mother. So if you can see the parents, obviously it's not a wild caught animal. If you can't see the parents, you should make a question mark on that, because it might be a wild caught. But there are some types of animals that you really can't find it captive bred because it has no success in captive breeding, basically. So we should just take it from outside and just bring it into the captivity. But still, if you should choose whether it's a captive bred or a wild caught, you should definitely choose the captive bred one, because you don't want to have a bad experience in the first place, because wild caught animals definitely are harder to keep. And yeah, basically that's it for today's video. Hopefully you can find the most amazing pet you've ever wanted. And don't be wrong, some people out there isn't as good as it appears to be, so be careful. Choose the right one, the captive bred animal. That's it for the video. If you find something new and something positive towards this video, leave a thumbs up below and comment about your take on wild caught animals. And you know, hey, see us again tomorrow, next time. Bye bye. Audrey A signing out.